Hey everybody, long time no see. How's everyone doing? I am back for a little bit. I just wanted to kind of make a video and share some of the energy of October that already seems to be just nuts. There is Hurricane Milton in on the East Coast in the South. So that chaos energy is still really, it's really high, and it's really anxious for everyone. So I've been kind of trying to lay low because you can really feel, at least I can feel more, especially during this month because it's the thinnest month, as far as the veil is the thinnest. So I have been trying to conserve my energy and align myself with the right people and away kind of from, almost the theme of Halloween, which is like the vampire energy. And that is a very real thing. And it's pretty much when a person will harness the energy or take the power, the life force from another person. It's very rare that it's consensual and that all parties know about it. Some people actually don't even know they're doing it. But if you're feeling after you've been around a group or a person or a situation, circumstances, or event, if you feel extremely drained, chances are that you are an empath and you have been depleted of your energy by psychic vampires. They come in different forms. They can come in forms of, having problems or dumping problems, or really in dire need of advice or just even being consoled. But you have to be really careful because there are a type of, personalities out there that feed or get a rise or a kind of a spiritual high off of going around and telling people what's going on in their life without giving back. Okay, let's just put it like that, because I'm not suggesting or saying that, talking about your life and your circumstances or the things that are going wrong are necessarily bad. But when you don't ask the other person that you're talking to even how they're doing before you, unload your stuff, that's not an even exchange of energy. And you most likely will leave that person drained and tired, and you'll feel better because you've, unloaded it. So I think my message just in general and what I'm noticing is just to be extremely aware of your energy and how you're using it and how you're receiving it and how you're giving it. I feel like it needs to be balanced, especially the light and the dark at this time. So I just want to pull a couple cards, but it's also a season of discernment, of really looking into what's real and what's not, what's illusion and what's not, including the people within your actual community, the ones that, everyone thinks or perceives or, seems to give off a sense of love and light and everything positive and heart-centered and all of these things. But I think that's really the test is, are they? Because there can be people within your spiritual community that are not of love and light. They don't have your best interests. They are not, the people that you trusted. And that's kind of a really delicate thing, because a lot of people are a lot more vulnerable when it comes to being really open and being vulnerable and sensitive and you know, all encompassing with one person or a group of people. And regardless if you're spiritual or not, there still seems to be jealousy and envy and competition and subscriber amounts and, you know, who's going to be on this channel, that channel, you know, all of this stuff that can I even just tell you, honestly, it doesn't even matter in my opinion. This is just my opinion, and we're just having one of those conversations where I've gotten messages and emails just kind of wondering within the orbit or, you know, where I've been or what I've been doing. And I haven't really been, you know, moving in the open. I never really have, but more so after, you know, a lot of this energy has passed and realizing that some of the people, you know, within the community are not who they seem to be. It's all, you know, a kind of a Neptune energy, an illusion. So I'm grateful for the experience because it helps me hone in on all of my clairs to really discern what's real and what's not, what's a matrix level superficiality and what's not. So part of my message is too, it's really not the amount of people that you have, whether it's subscribers or in your group or in whatever. Because when it comes down to it, I'd much rather have a small group of people that I know I can trust, and not everyone gets a seat at my table. And that's a really, you know, big deal. So part of my message as well is don't be kind of the whole theme of this year and having to do with politics and, you know, going with this group and going with that group and, you know, choosing, you know, one or the other. Or think for yourself. You don't necessarily have to be in one or the other. You can be undecided. But just to go with the sheeple, even, you know, being a grown adult, just be mindful of who you're following and who they're following and so on. Because looking at it in a different perspective, you're really just a herd of people that are collectively confused and are not thinking for themselves, and who then panic and run to readers and ask them ridiculous questions about things that, one, I don't believe is any of their business with certain things, and two, there's no even exchange of energy. The energy that a reader gives when they do a reading or answer a question or speak to the dead, it should be an exchange. And then to have all of that drama or questions or insight just from a standpoint of a reader within a community who watches readers, don't go around and ask the same question to another reader that you did the same day, the same week, the same month. One, you do that and it just proves that you don't trust your friends or the ones you call your friends or you think you're your friends. You don't trust what they're getting, because if you did that, you wouldn't go around asking other readers if they're getting the same thing, because no matter what, the energy is going to follow you. The more that you ask, and then ultimately it's just going to drain the reader, confuse them, irritate them, make them angry, especially when you're openly doing it in a community where all of the same people are in the same chats and they clearly can see what you've been doing. It's quite offensive reading for those that I know that either I have read or other friends have read simultaneously within the same week, and so on and so forth. And there's no energy exchange. they don't get a donation, they don't get, but what I've learned is when it comes down to really having the energy exchange and getting paid in some way, shape, or form for your services, those people start to dwindle once they realize that you're not going to
Continue being drained by a topic that's been read on several times.